Peter Richardson. I'm 34. I am overweight. I am unemployed. I'm divorced. And guess what? I am still happy. Let's talk about it. Today's video is brought to you by me and only me because I have no sponsors. I bet you're wondering how we got here. How could somebody in my situation actually be happy? Well, it's a very interesting story. So let's start with my age. I am 34 years old. Right now is a very pivotal moment in my life as I approach, or I'm in my mid-30s. I am quickly approaching the age of 35, and I'm really excited about it. So many women online are crashing out about being in their 30s, being unwed, childless, maybe struggling in their jobs, not being happy with their life, mostly focus on relationships. I actually feel a sense of freedom. I recognize that I don't have kids, and that is something that is on my mind. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Basically, at 34, there's a lot of serious decisions that we need to be making, but I feel like, unfortunately, we're putting way too much pressure on ourselves as women. And for me, I'm not tripping as much about the kid situation. I feel like once I get my finances together, once I've traveled the world a bit, once I've enjoyed myself, I feel like then it makes sense for me to have kids. I've spent so many years being boxed in and not actually fully living my full potential that it doesn't make sense for me to now rush into a relationship so that I can say I have another husband and say I have a kid and get married and have all these anchors tying me down. If your life is consistent with having children already and having a husband already and the house and the cars and the dog, then I'm proud of you. Good for you. If you're 34 and you're a single mom and you're trying to make it, I'm also proud of you. If you're a 34-year-old woman and you're still lost and don't know what's happening, you've never been married, you've never had a relationship, you've never lived on your own, you still live with your parents, I'm still proud of you. Because the point of this life is to experience it. It's not to reach a goalpost. It's not to satisfy society. It's only to satisfy yourself while you're here. So remember that. So yeah, I'm not tripping about being 34. In fact, I'm excited about turning 35. I'm excited about actually being way more stable than I've ever been before. And I understand the anxiety of getting older as a woman and feeling like you're less desirable, feeling like you're gonna forever be stuck in your situation. But my goal is for us to level up together. So if you're a girl and you're in a situation like me, you've come to the right place. Now let's talk about being overweight. So as of right now, I am weighing in at 295 pounds, and I'm fine with that. I have been 317 pounds before. I have lost the weight doing a lot of radical diets, done low carb, keto, carnivore, lion, I've done them all. Years prior to that, I've been vegan. And when I was vegan, I gained weight because I was just eating nothing but sugary fruits, tons of potatoes and pastas and cereals and starches and carbs. Between all of that, I feel like I've put my metabolic system through hell. I've always been an overweight little chubby child, you know? Always. I've always been plus size. In my opinion, a lot of kids that are overweight are simply stressed. They simply are traumatized. They're simply growing up in a dysfunctional situation, and the only thing that can calm them down is food. To me, when you've been exposed to enough stress, trauma, dysfunction, once you get to a certain point, the only thing you can do is escape in that food dopamine cycle. A true part of why I was the way that I was. Still cute though, still cute. I went from late 2023, 299 pounds to about mid to late 2024, 219 pounds. I lost almost 100 pounds over a guy. I'll probably make a separate video about this, but yeah. However, this teaches us two very specific things. One, I have very strong willpower when I get obsessed with something. However, being obsessed is not a great thing. But I do have the ability to absolutely transform myself if I really wanted to. I could go without eating for hours if I really, really wanted to. Or I could have smaller portions if I really wanted to. So that's one thing that it teaches me, is that I do have the ability to follow a disciplined regimen when it's necessary. And I think the second thing that it taught me was how to love myself. It should never be a situation where you're falling for someone and you're changing yourself that viciously so that they can validate you because you're empty inside when it comes to self-love. I went through a process of losing almost 100 pounds, regaining it, and now I'm just overweight once again. But I'm actually excited about being this size. I'm excited about being this weight. And it sounds crazy to say, but it's genuinely because now I can do it the right way. I could do it with the right intentions. Now I could do it for the right reason, which is for me. So I feel better. So I am healthier. So I am happier. And also, the cherry on top, so I can look even better, you know? But now I have clarity and I can move forward in a better manner. And I'll make sure to share that with you guys too. I am unemployed. I, Melita Richardson, am currently unemployed. I genuinely appreciate the position I was in and the opportunity that I got with that job. That job provided for me so immensely. It provided me stability. It provided me an opportunity to start over. It provided me a great income at one point. However, due to some circumstances, I am no longer with the company. And so that means that I don't have a job right now. And I don't have a plan on getting another job. In fact, my plan is to take my cushion, which yes, is unemployment, and level up to the point where I won't need a 9-to-5 anymore. Level up to the point where my content and my personality, my entertainment, my live streaming speak for itself. And my job will be me. My job will be to manage me. My job is to follow my dreams. My ultimate dream is to be a superstar. Singer, dancer, actress, content creator, live streamer, entertainer, all the things. However, within all of that dream, the central focus is you. I want to share my level of journey with you. I want to share how I bounce back. I want to share that there is no safety net. Once unemployment runs out, there is no safety net. There's no plan. There is no plan. The goal is to take the next maybe 3 to 4 months and hustle and share my story with you guys, possibly build a rapport with brands, possibly build a rapport with platforms, but most importantly, give you guys something to build off of, build community, right? Build content, build my confidence. And hopefully by the end of the next 3 months, I won't need to worry about unemployment anymore. I won't need to worry about who's willing to hire me or not. I would be focusing on you. Divorce. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? My first relationship was with my ex-husband. And I was 19 when I first met my ex-husband. He was in his early 20s. And we were not partners, but we were kind of like, we had a sibling relationship. And then a few years later, because of the fact that we were in close proximity, we got along really well, and I could tell he was interested in me, we basically decided to go on a date, and it turned into a relationship. I was 22, and he was my first boyfriend. He was pretty much my first everything. I really relied on him emotionally, particularly because of the situations that I had been in with my own family and how I related to men. He felt like a safe space. And for that, I'll always be appreciative of him. He wasn't perfect, neither was I. I don't see that we would have had a healthy, happy future. And as painful and as scary and as strange and as confusing as it was, I made the decision to leave, which I had been talking about it for about maybe a year in advance where I was thinking about it, but I didn't think I even had the right or the choice to do that. I didn't know that I could just decide not to be with him anymore. I feel like that's part of why I stayed with him so long as well, because I was putting so much of my worth and value against the time sunk fallacy. If you don't know what that is, the time sunk fallacy is this belief that you spent so much time on something that you're waiting for it to reach its potential. So you're like, just another month, another week, another year, another 2 years. And I realized I got caught in that cycle where I was waiting for something big to happen for the both of us. And it wasn't. I just kept staying because it felt like, well, I already went this far. I might as well, I'm already in my 30s. It's already over. So I may as well just stay in this relationship for as long as it takes. But that was wrong. And thankfully, I was speaking to certain therapists. It was very, very important to me that I broke out of that, and I did. The biggest blessing of all of this is that it taught me independence. It taught me that I can manage my own stuff. It taught me that I can grow, that I can heal. The last 5-6 years have been the hardest in my entire life, but I gained so much clarity. I had to grieve. I had to call people out. I had to cut people off. I had to survive. I had to hold people accountable, hold myself accountable, recognize that holding people accountable sometimes means letting them go, recognizing that sometimes you don't want to let a person go, but they want to go. You know, the most important thing that I want to teach and share with people is that you're valid, you're worthy, you matter. I didn't believe I was worthy. I didn't believe I was valid. I didn't believe I mattered, which led me to make a lot of the mistakes and the moves that I made over the last however many years of my life. And because I know that the truth is that I am worthy of love, life, laughter, all the things, I don't need to prove it. I just have to be. I just have to exist. Yes. So anyway, yes, that is the story of how I'm 34, divorced, overweight, unemployed, and still happy because I have a lot of life and love left in me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. And thank you for being part of this community. It means a lot to me, and I'm hoping to watch us grow. And hopefully I can teach you guys that self-love as we level up. Bye.